Hi, I'm Reg Gakey, founder and president of Market Value Solutions. I'd like to share with you just a few simple insights that I've picked up from clients who have become very effective at developing and implementing actionable strategies. You know, most businesses have a fairly formal process for their annual strategic planning, and most business leaders also recognize that the actual strategic planning process works differently at different levels within the organization. That's because each level within the organization is charged with addressing a different strategic question, and the tools for addressing each of those questions necessarily differ as well. But the key to success lies in using the right tools to address the right question at each level. At the corporate level, the strategic question is, how do we grow? And the strategic options are really rather simple. You can choose to grow through market penetration, market development, product development, or diversification. Ultimately, of course, every option will lead to a market penetration strategy because once you've chosen to enter a new market or introduce new products, you'll be fighting in a new competitive arena. Choosing the right growth options requires a detailed assessment of your current product portfolio, your current and adjacent markets, and the specific needs of those markets. As you add products or markets to your growth strategy, you may well end up by grouping those into strategic business units. At this point, your business unit managers will be faced with their own strategic question, namely, where should we focus our limited resources? The first step in addressing that question is to evaluate the market segments served by each business and/or the market segments the business wishes to serve. This is a two-step process, requiring an evaluation of the attractiveness of each segment and the business's current ability to compete in each segment. These evaluations should be done by the senior business unit management team and should be based upon explicit criteria pertaining to a market attractiveness and to your current competitiveness. The MVS Market Opportunity Analysis Toolkit provides sample criteria and allows your team to weight the importance of each criterion and to quantify their evaluations across the market segments. After evaluating strategic priorities across the markets you currently serve or wish to serve, you'll need to get very detailed in your analysis of strategic priorities across the range of products and services offered to those markets. Criteria used for this analysis might include your annual sales within each product category for each segment, your estimated or actual market share, the profitability for each product market, and perhaps the competitive intensity. This analysis will enable you to decide where you should focus future investments, such as doing research to better understand the voice of the market in order to achieve the greatest ROI. Having identified your strategic focus on one or more product markets, the nature of the strategic question changes to, how do we compete within this strategic priority? Our experience and research over 20 years has clearly demonstrated that the most effective competitive strategies are those based upon delivering superior value, which raises yet another set of very simple questions. The first of these is, where are we now? What's your current value proposition in each of your targeted product markets? And this requires actually measuring market perspectives of your performance relative to competing alternatives. How do those segments actually define value in terms of the quality-price trade-off? What are the factors most critical to quality and which ones are most important? How do you and your key competitors perform on those factors? And what is your competitive position on the radar screen? Which of your customers are most loyal and why? What are the vulnerabilities of your key competitors and how can you capitalize on those vulnerabilities? These are the questions that your value metrics should be able to answer. Those value metrics should also help you to answer the question, where do we want to go? The analyses from your market research should enable you to identify specific value-adding opportunities and to prioritize those opportunities into a value-based competitive strategy. The MVS data analyses will enable you to identify competitive strengths to be leveraged and will help to prevent spending time and money on internally perceived weaknesses that have little competitive impact in the marketplace. Finally, MVS facilitators will get right down into the weeds with you in identifying the steps necessary to effectively execute your competitive strategy. Our planning templates have been effectively deployed across many industries and in companies both large and small. Based on your business objectives, both financial and strategic, we'll help you to identify the appropriate marketing mix objectives for each value-adding opportunity you've identified. Action programs to achieve those marketing mix objectives, along with milestones, responsibilities, and performance measures, and the budget required to implement the action programs. I'll leave you with the following questions. How well have you defined your overall growth strategies in terms of market penetration, market or product development, or diversification? Have you zeroed in on your most strategically important market segments and product or service offerings, and have you collected voice of the market? Do you understand value within those strategic targets better than any of your competitors? If you're not effectively managing your current value proposition, who is? If you'd like help in answering any of these questions, please contact us by email to schedule an introductory conference call. We'll be happy to provide more information about how you might take your strategic planning process to the next level, making it more market-focused, value-driven, and actionable.